There is a war being fought right now. It is not fought with guns. It is not fought with bombs. It is fought for the territory of your mind. Every single day, you wake up and you are hunted. By the opinions of fools, by the judgments of the envious, by the endless, deafening noise of a world that demands you to react. Look at you. You are exhausted, not from labor, but from the weight of other people's words. Someone insults you, and you bleed. Someone ignores you, and you starve. Someone challenges you, and you waste your precious life force trying to prove them wrong. You are a king who has forgotten his crown, descending into the mud to wrestle with beggars. Today, we end this slavery. Today, we reclaim the throne. I will teach you the darkest, most ancient, and most ruthless power known to the wise men of history. It is not the power to fight, it is the power to vanish. The art of total indifference. Why do you care? Have you ever asked yourself this terrifying question? Why does the whisper of a stranger hurt you more than the roar of a storm? Let us look at the tragedy of the human condition. Biologically, you are designed to be weak. Thousands of years ago, on the ancient plains, to be ignored by the tribe meant death. If you were cast out, the wolves would eat you. So, your ancestors evolved a panic button in their brains. Please, like me. Please, accept me. Please, do not leave me alone. You carry this ancient ghost inside you, but we are no longer on the plains. Yet, when your boss criticizes you, when a lover leaves you, when a nameless face on the internet mocks you, your body reacts as if a tiger is tearing at your throat. Your heart races. Your palms sweat. You type furiously. You scream. You cry. This is not passion. This is slavery. The Stoics knew this truth. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, the most powerful man on earth, wrote to himself in his tent while surrounded by enemies. Ambition means tying your well-being to what other people say or do. Sanity means tying it to your own actions. Most of you are insane. You have handed the keys to your happiness to the cruelest people you know. You let them drive your car. You let them crash it. And then you wonder why you are broken. Understand this harsh truth. Every time you react to disrespect, you are telling the enemy, you are important. You have power over me. You feed the monster, and a monster fed is a monster that grows. So, what is the alternative? It is not anger. Anger is still a connection. If you hate your enemy, you are still holding their hand. You are still dancing with them in the dark. Anger says, you hurt me. Argument says, I need you to understand me. True power says, nothing. We call this the void. In the ancient scrolls of strategy, there is a concept of becoming like a ghost. You cannot hit a ghost. You cannot insult a ghost. You cannot shame a ghost. The ghost is there, but it is not there. Imagine a rock, a gray, cold, heavy rock at the bottom of a cliff. The waves crash against it. The wind howls at it. The seagulls shit on it. Does the rock scream? Does the rock explain itself? Does the rock try to negotiate with the ocean? No, it remains. It endures. And eventually, the waves break. The wind dies down. The seagulls fly away. The rock is still there. This is the power you must cultivate. When you practice total indifference, you become a mirror of nothingness. Dark psychology tells us that narcissists and manipulators crave one thing: narcissistic supply. They need your emotion to feel alive. They are vampires of the soul. When you deny them your reaction, you starve them. You look at them, and you see through them. You hear their insults, and it sounds like the buzzing of a fly. Irritating, perhaps, but insignificant. There is a story from the East. An old samurai was meditating by a river. A young, arrogant warrior approached him, wanting to provoke a fight to prove his fame. The young warrior spat on the old man. He cursed the old man's ancestors. He mocked the old man's sword. For hours, he screamed. The old samurai sat, Breath in, breath out, eyes closed. Finally, exhausted and humiliated by the silence, the young warrior left. The samurai student asked, "Master, how could you bear such disgrace? Why did you not draw your sword?" The master opened his eyes and said, "If someone tries to give you a gift of fire, and you do not take it, whose hands get burned?" The young warrior burned himself with his own rage. The master remained cool, like the river. Who are you in this story? Are you the river, or are you the fool burning alive? How do we forge this armor? It is not easy. It goes against your blood. It requires a discipline of steel. Here is the path. Principle 1. The pause of the gods. The moment you feel the sting of an insult, your biology will scream, "Attack." You must kill that instinct. This is the moment of separation. When they speak, do not speak back immediately. Take a breath, count to 3, look at them. Silence is uncomfortable for humans. It creates a vacuum. In that 3 seconds of silence, you flip the power dynamic. They wait for your anger, but you give them nothing. You are signaling, "I am processing your words, and I am deciding if they are worth my energy." Spoiler alert, they never are. Principle 2. The "you are right" technique. Sometimes, you cannot escape. You are cornered. The most ruthless way to end a conflict is to agree with the enemy, but with zero emotion. They say, "You are lazy and incompetent." You look them in the eye, face completely flat, and say, "You might be right." And then, you go back to work. You have just disarmed a bomb. You have refused to play the game. There is no fun in attacking a man who agrees with you. It leaves the attacker confused, frustrated, and powerless. Principle 3. The ghosting of the soul. In the modern world, this means digital amputation. Do not block them to get a reaction. Do not write a long goodbye message explaining your pain. That is weakness. That is tragic. Just cease to exist for them. Mute, archive, delete. If you see them in person, be polite, be professional, but be empty. Give them the gray rock treatment. Yes, no, I see. Become the most boring person in their life. Be a wall, be a void. They will poke you, trying to find the old you, the emotional you. Let them find only a grave. Principle 4. The internal citadel. You must build a fortress inside your mind where they cannot enter. Visualize a heavy iron door closing. When you leave the situation, you lock the door. Do not carry them home with you. Do not talk about them at dinner. Do not complain about them to your friends. Every time you talk about them, you are inviting them into your sanctuary. Ban them from your thoughts. Exile them from your narrative. Let us speak of the final truth. The most tragic and beautiful truth of all. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. Look at your hands. One day, these hands will be dust. Look at the people you are trying to impress. One day, they will be dust. Look at the enemies who torment you. One day, they will be dust, and their names will be forgotten by the wind. In the grand scale of the cosmos, this drama, this pain, this need for validation, it is nothing. It is a speck of dust floating in a sunbeam. Why are you trading your limited, precious moments for garbage? You have a destiny to fulfill. You have a masterpiece to create. You have a life to live, and you are selling it for cheap reactions. To ignore is not just a tactic. It is an act of supreme self-respect. It is an act of spiritual warfare. It is you saying to the universe, "My time is sacred. My mind is a temple, and I will not let these barbarians enter with their muddy boots." Think of the great men and women of history. Do you think they had time for petty arguments? Do you think they scrolled through comments to see who hated them? No. They were too busy building the future. They were too busy becoming legends. The higher you climb, the smaller the voices below sound. Climb so high that you can't even hear them anymore. So, wake up. The chains are open. You just have to walk out of the cell. From this day forward, make a vow of silence against the noise. A vow of indifference against the malice. A vow of steel against the weakness. When they scream, you whisper. When they push, you flow. When they demand your attention, you give them your absence. Let them have their noise. You keep your peace. For in the end, the only voice that matters is the one you hear in the silence. Go, build your empire. Ignore the rest.